Peggy 16.
The collapse of the Star Union broke the chains of the enthralled KIR'KO, and the former slaves now swarm free. Destroying their way of life and breaking their hive mind did not break the will of the KIR'KO. Once the Star Union fell, the KIR'KO quickly rose to power on several worlds through hyper-evolution and pillaging their fallen master's technology. The KIR'KO's hives grow quickly, allowing them to rapidly colonize new planets. Their units regenerate health quickly and develop mutations like cloaking carapace armor that can conceal them on the world map. To protect their territory, they can use Call of the Hive to spawn extra troops when they are threatened, and noxious bombardment to poison their enemies on the world map. They can also spawn emergent larvae, which, should those larvae survive, will morph into stronger KIR'KO units. This, coupled with the fact that the KIR'KO have strong regenerative powers, can turn them into either a threat or a valuable ally on any contested world in the galaxy. The KIR'KO have a choice to make: retribution or reconciliation. Will they forgive the past transgressions of the other factions, or deliver violent justice to even the scales? Both options are available in the tech tree, and both offer powerful benefits depending on the choice of playstyle. In combat, the KIR'KO favor melee and units that operate in groups, as they get a defensive bonus when units are positioned adjacent to each other, called Swarm Shield. This ability helps their melee units take less damage when charging forward into ranged attacks. The Swarm Shield can be strengthened by going down the KIR'KO's bio-themed research tree. The KIR'KO field units, such as the Frenzied, a mainstay of the swarm that can not only rip enemies to pieces with their claws, but can also utilize its area of effectability, Battle Vomit, that fills an area with corrosive acid. The Ravenous, a huge melee unit that can devour humanoid enemies and then hatch new KIR'KO larvae on the battlefield. The Tormented. Some KIR'KO still suffer from being ripped from the hive mind, but the Tormented turn this pain into a weapon by projecting their hatred into their enemies, breaking their minds with psionic attacks. The Unleashed supports the Hive as a low-flying scout, while the Abyssian can tunnel unnoticed across the battlefield and encase the enemy in wax cement. With a sense of lost unity from their shattered hive mind, the KIR'KO now have to decide alone what future to pursue. They can unleash their pain to ensure the other factions suffer as greatly as they have, or they can seek to reconcile with the other inhabitants of a new world and work together to rebuild. The Vanguard originate from the expeditionary forces and colonists sent out to claim new worlds beyond the frontier of the Star Union. As they arrived at their destination and awoke from their cryosleep, they discover a galactic cataclysm has taken place during their long journey, and the Star Union has collapsed and is no more. Now the Vanguard need to utilize all their combat and survival skills for the showdown with the unknown forces that brought down their empire and re-establish the Star Union. As the Empire's expeditionary force, the Vanguard are kitted out for the creation of bridgeheads on distant planets. These same skills are ideal for resettling the worlds of a collapsed empire. To do this, the Vanguard have units and colonists strong enough to be able to fend for themselves. They also have frontier policies that can provide extra food, and they can use their garrisons to boost production in their colonies. The Vanguard might seem like a specialized offensive military faction, but they also have diplomatic tools at their disposal. For example, one of their doctrines, called Hearts and Minds, increases rewards and influence when performing quests for native populations, while the doctrine Big Stick Diplomacy allows the Vanguard to leverage their military might in diplomatic interactions. Both make sure that the Vanguard can make their presence known on each planet they want to claim for the Star Union. The Vanguard represent the all-round military force of the future, ranging from troopers carrying assault rifles and grenades to heavy laser tanks and walkers carrying missile artillery, with gunships providing close air support. On the field, the Vanguard has a wide variety of ranged options available to them. They can set up firing lines and overwatch zones to encourage the enemy to come to them. Or use fast units like the Valkyries and the assault bikes with which they can outflank enemies. They can even call in a drop pod to deploy troops behind enemy lines. The Vanguard also use drones and robots, like their Owl Scout, that can target paint enemies so that those enemies are easier to hit. Or send out the cute PUG, the Robo-Dog, that can heal, rearm, and smokescreen other units. With their awesome arsenal, hardened frontier spirit, and no-nonsense approach, the Vanguard have a fighting chance of restoring the Star Union to greatness.